Welcome into the Davidson Wildcats Coaches Corner presented by Atrium Health. Matt President joined by the head coach, Scott Abell, as the Wildcats come off an enormous victory on Saturday, 31-25, the final over San Diego. Coach, you've now had a couple of days to sink it all in. I'm sure you've been contacted by former players, alumni of Davidson. Just what has the experience been like the last couple of days?
Well, it's been great. You're very grateful for all the support and the followers that have been a part of this program for so long who've really kind of dreamed of this day, right? But they weren't real sure it was ever going to happen, right? I'll be clear, and they know that. And for me personally, I was pretty confident from day one that we could get here. I didn't know when, right? Would that day come in year 3, year 4, year 5? You don't really know that, right? All you can do is build the foundation, begin to pick away at the demons and enemies that you're battling day in and day out, and know that if you stay the course, wins like this will come. And so, I probably wasn't as surprised as a lot of the fans and alums, right? We prepared and we're very confident in our team, and it's just a matter of executing for 4 quarters. But really grateful that the amount of messages that we got immediately following the game all weekend is really extraordinary, right? It really shows you how much people truly love Davidson football and Davidson College.
You've talked a lot about learning to win and the culture surrounding winning. As you kind of take the chronology of the season, how much do you think that coming back from down a touchdown to beat Morehead State in the final seconds contributed to the confidence that allowed you guys to win on Saturday?
Well, I think it's one of many moments, right? Yeah, and without hesitation, I will tell you that win and the way we went about it, carries a ton of momentum into this week, and a confidence that, hey, we can make that kind of drive at the end of the game to tie it, then make that kind of drive to get a game-winning field goal. We can make that kind of stop when we need to. The special team kick to win that game. So all those things play a factor in a game like this, right? And I think you gotta be able to win that kind of game first before you step on the biggest stage and win the biggest game in the history of the program. And that's really what that was Saturday, right? And I'm not sure really people are kind of, there's a lot of fanfare out there, but if you really want to peel back the layers of what we were able to accomplish Saturday, right? It's the first win over a FCS ranked program in the history of the program, right? It's win number 18 in our 2.5 seasons here, which, I think I saw some article that said our program had won 18 combined games the 9 years before, we started this process in 2018. It's the first loss for San Diego in our league in 40 tries. Okay. First time they lost a home game. I can keep going, right? San Diego hadn't lost a home game in 7 years, something crazy. So when you really put all those numbers out there, that the win itself and what we were able to accomplish on the road, it really jumps off at you. What our young men were able to accomplish there. I'm so proud of our guys, right? And a lot goes into that. You mentioned the Morehead game, but losing close games along the way, getting in those fights, right? The experience out there 2 years ago where we had a big lead, let it slip away, and eventually lost the game, to this time we had a lead, it began to slip away, but this time we put the brakes on. And we said, nope, not this time. Hey, let's regroup. Let's use our experiences from the past. And we did that. And what a great Saturday for our whole program.
Absolutely. And Tyler Phelps comes away the conference player of the week. He had an enormous game passing the ball. Obviously, Dylan Sparks broke that early big touchdown run, but a lot of the game, the big plays were coming through the air. How much has he matured to get to this point in this offense where he can put the team on his back in that way as well?
Well, I think for Tyler, his arm and throwing the football comes very natural to him, right? He's had that ability all along, and we've been able to really surround him with really nice weapons like Jalen Staples, right? What a game he had, right? They had a hard time with him, right? And people are going to venture outside. They're going to double cover him or stop our option run game, which is really what we want, right? And so, but so proud of Tyler. I said it in pregame. I thought he had an opportunity to have a big day, mainly because of who he is, the position he's in. He's our senior leader. And in games like this, you lean on those players. And we leaned on Tyler, and a ton of trust and confidence went into the game plan. And that showed, right? Some of those play calls that we had early on, maybe you don't see, not because we haven't had confidence in Tyler, but you kind of hold some of this for these big moments.
On the defensive side of the ball, San Diego threw it 44 times in the game. And I thought your defensive backs played extremely well, didn't give up any big plays. Caden Jenkins and Draylon Hines, Jalen Bolden in the secondary, I thought played really well man-to-man coverage. What stood out to you for those guys?
Well, I think just the maturity, right? How much we've grown over the last couple of years with our secondary, their growth and learning our schemes, right? And each of them growing in their roles. I thought they had a tremendous game. And we thought that would be the game. We thought the matchup would be, could our secondary hold up against their vaunted passing attack? You know, the quarterback had come into the game leading the country in percentage and efficiency and all those critical numbers. And man, we just did a fantastic job. I mean, when they made a tough catch, it was a tough catch to make, and we tackled him. And you know, we got our hands on quite a few balls. You know, we certainly had 2 interceptions, almost had 3 or 4 interceptions. You know, and we were able to make him uncomfortable, right? You know, we got to him a couple of times, we hit him. You know, they had decided that, you know, Jonathan Hammond, who has been a nemesis for everyone, right? They double teamed him a time. They chipped him with their running back, and that played into it, right? Because they'd like to use their running back out of the backfield, and at times they weren't comfortable doing that because of our guys up front. And so, what a great complete effort by our defense and our secondary. And I'll kind of go forward. I thought it was the most complete game our program had played, which you need to do that on that stage, right? You know, we got great contribution in our special teams, right? We got a turnover. You know, we don't punt a lot as a program, you know, and so when we do, people kind of hold their breath. But what a great job our punt operation and Evan did Saturday, right? We made a field goal. Now, we had that one field goal blocked. The kick was just a little low. Everyone executed well, just a little low kick. He hit it well, just a little low. And but overall, just and then offensively, you know, we got a running game going. But then, hey, guess what else? We can do this too. And I was very pleased holistically with our whole team and our whole program.
Well, finally, Coach, back on the road this coming Saturday at Presbyterian. You've seen them before. They've mixed in a second quarterback that we didn't see a whole lot of in that initial game. But what are your expectations come Saturday, and how do you remain even-keeled coming off such a big win?
Well, the first thing is now we're on to the next week, which we've already started, and that will be our theme. Like, hey, it's about this week and us going 1-0 this week. It's not about anything else. And we'll find out how mature we really are. We're going to find out how much we've grown up, because you've got to focus each and every day on the task that's in front of you. And right now that task is Presbyterian. They're a good football team, got a big road win down at Stetson. You know, they've played a couple quarterbacks lately, but we think we'll see the Huff kid. He played majority of snaps down at Stetson. You know, they're very athletic on defense, right? They run around, you know, and we'll see. It'll be a chess match early on, right? You're playing each other twice in the season, right? So what are the adjustments from the first time you played each other? And we'll see how that unfolds early in that game. But, you know, we're on the road. We've played really well on the road. We'll be excited for that matchup. It's a great regional rivalry for us. We know that. And so our guys will be ready come Saturday.
Coach, appreciate the time as always. Congratulations again on the win, and best of luck come this week.
Thanks, Matt. This
has been the Davidson Wildcats Coaches Corner presented by Atrium Health. Davidson receiving votes in the rankings this week, coming in at number 27. They're on the road this weekend at Presbyterian. Kickoff at 1 o'clock. Pregame coverage gets you set at 12:30 on the Davidson Radio Network.